Good morning. I hope everybody's doing okay. I am Trish with Unique Me 303 Healing and Empowerment. Let's see what kind of messages Spirit has for us today. What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to know? What kind of suggestions do the Spirit team have for the collective at this time? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from Spirit or higher self, please. For the collective. In love, romance, finance, ascension messages. Messages from Spirit or higher self, please. Magic. Okay, there's magic that is happening all around you. This is supernatural type of magic. This is people that are getting connected with their intuition, their discernment of spirit. Maybe some of you are connecting with telepathy, clairvoyant abilities, premonitions, things of that sort. Some of you may have a heads up on things that are getting ready to happen in your friend circle, maybe in some sort of changes that are happening with friends and so on and so forth. I do feel like some of you have a purpose to help others to grow and expand. Some of you, the purpose is to help people to grow and expand magically, help them to get connected with Source God, the angels, the universe, the elements, sun, moon, and stars, and so on and so forth. This is somebody who is meant to help others to awaken. So if this is not referring to you, this may be referring to somebody that is helping you awaken at this time. But there is a message of having some sort of duty and fulfilling that duty in some way, shape, or form. Many of you that are in this energy of helping others, or supposed to be helping others, so to speak, there is this message of letting the ego get in the way. This is a message that you are judging yourself, maybe judging the process, maybe not putting time and energy into this process of helping others, or maybe even helping yourself to awaken more, is because you feel like you don't have enough to do so. Maybe you don't have enough talent. Maybe there's this message of, you've had a lot that's went on in your past and you've had to work through some confidence issues. However, on the other side of things, this is fertility. This is new energy that's coming in. This is a renewal of sorts. I do believe that for some of you, this is a message that, you've already been through an awakening process. You've been through multiple awakening processes, and this is a new cycle that is starting for you. I do believe that many of us, if not all of us, are going through cycles changing, paradigms and timelines breaking down for the planet as a whole, as well as individuals. So a lot of us are feeling a push and pull, a give and take type of energy, where you may feel like there's a lot of new type of energy. There's also this energy that's trying to hold you back, but this is the time we're pushing through. The fears, doubts, and insecurities is going to prove to be beneficial. I do have the journeyman on the bottom, which talks about taking a spiritual journey that's going to last for quite a while, if not forever. This is a message of doing what you got to do to get there. This is also a message of taking your time, but not taking too much time. So for some of you, you've been having this message of following through with something, getting your energy in the right space, maybe organization even is something that's coming up, but getting back to something that you once did. For many of you, I believe that this is an energy of learning to get back into the things that you would do before, like prayer, meditation, setting intentions, sun and moon gazing, connecting with the earth in multiple ways, connection with crystals, connection with water, praying over your food, praying for others, getting into this energy of unconditional love and non-judgment for yourself and others. There's just a lot that Spirit is wanting you to get back to. Music, dancing, meditation with certain frequencies and tones, grounding your energy into the earth, mirror gazing, and connecting with other aspects of yourself. These are all things that Spirit is saying are going to be beneficial at this time to get you back to square one, where you was before, and even stronger than you was before. What other messages do you have for us, please? In love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from Spirit or higher self, please. Many of you are in an energy of feeling the blunt end of things. Maybe there's a tower type of moment where you're feeling a lot of energy shifting and changing. 444, look that up on Sacred Scribes. Shifting and changing into other areas of your life where maybe you wasn't expecting change to happen, but all of a sudden you're kind of forced into some sort of change. Maybe 4, 5, 6, maybe getting out of something, putting time and energy into something, or whatever it may be. But feeling the extremes and the opposites of life. 505, guys, look that up as well. But feeling the push and the pull, the tug, the give and the take, all of that is things that you guys are feeling at this time. But they're asking you to celebrate this, because all of this movement that is happening for a good reason. You've asked for your timeline to look a certain way. You wanted certain things in your life rearranged, switched around, taken away, given back to, whatever it may be. And they have been rearranging, meaning the universe, your angels, your guides, your higher self has been rearranging things so that you can have those things that you desire. Some of you have been patiently waiting for some sort of change to happen. However, I feel like some of you have been the change that is waiting to happen. And for some of you, Spirit is saying, you know, the time is now. Waiting and just seeing what happens is not enough action. So there needs to be some sort of action. Turning your gaze within, making sure that you're going inside, doing inner child work. If you've not been focusing on what the inner child is telling you to do, it's probably doing things like telling you to play, have fun, cut up and laugh a little bit more. You know, do things like that are childlike, that'll bring you back to this childlike energy. Some of you are trying to force some sort of outcome to happen, but this is Spirit's way of asking you to not try to control the outcome of the way things are happening, but allowing the universe, God, you know, your angels, what have you, to direct the course of events. Yes, yes, yes. I do feel like some of you have been feeling like the weight of the world is on top of your shoulders, but this is a time and an energy when we start to do those things like getting back to square one with the meditation, prayer, and all of those things, like connecting with crystals and stuff, is going to help us to see that, you know, we've always been in control this whole entire time, that by reconnecting and connecting with these things, that miracles happen. The magic that we used to be tapped into so much is coming back, and you're starting to see a lot of forward movement in a lot of different areas of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. For some of you, you've been beating yourself up about what you haven't completed yet, things and goals that you still have yet to accomplish, or what have you. But this is Spirit's way of saying, dust yourself off with a feather, quit beating yourself up. All lessons have a purpose and a place and a time and a reason for why they are happening. For many of us, it's just so that we can see what kind of cycle we don't want to go back into, the type of things that we do not wish for and do not desire. So Spirit is just showing us the things that we can change and helping us to change those things. So again, don't beat yourself up. Beat yourself up with a feather if you're going to. Which cards do I go to, please? Which cards do I go to? Thank you. What other messages do you have for us, please, in love, romance, finance, ascension messages? Messages from Spirit or higher self, please, for the collective. Which one do I take first? Some of the magic that is happening is the ability to connect with deceased loved ones, people that have passed on, maybe even connection with angels. I do feel like a lot of you are really awakening to your the ability to talk with Spirit, communicate. So telepathic communications are definitely awakening in some of you. May even not just be with deceased loved ones. This could also be referring to connection with people that are alive, telepathic communication. But just know that some of you are in this energy of mediumship and telepathy. I do feel like a lot of you are in a situation where you're learning to be more compassionate towards yourself and others. You're learning to not beat yourself up for what the ego has told you to have fear of. So now that you know it's not really worth it to have that fear, and that you can move forward in confidence and courage, and know that with faith will move mountains. And I do believe that many of you are in this space where you're just tired of letting the fear, doubts, insecurities, and the ego get to you. So now you're starting to change your mind. You're starting to go in a different direction. You're saying yes to whatever these goals, dreams, and aspirations are. Whatever this magical aspect is that Spirit is asking you to tap back into, you're saying yes, this is the time, I'm going to do it. So you're going to start seeing forward movement in a lot of different areas of your life, especially when it comes to your spiritual life and your emotional life. I do feel like many people are starting to feel a push or a pull to do something more with their energy at this time. And what is happening is it's taking you towards some sort of victory, some sort of closure or ending to something that might have been hard or challenging for you in some way, shape, or form. And it could even have something to do with romance and love, a partnership, a connection with somebody. But this doesn't just mean that this is, about a lover or a romantic cycle that's coming in. This is about a brand new cycle that is going to bring on a lot of joy, happiness, peace, and togetherness, unity. This unity could be with the universe. It could be with yourself. It could be that you're finally feeling unified with the earth or whatever it may be. But for a lot of you, this is definitely going to be love and romance, connection and togetherness with somebody. I am feeling a strong union. So for you, if it's a union for you, you'll know that. Which cards do I go to, please? Thank you. What other messages do you have for the collective in love, romance, finance, ascension messages, messages from spirit or higher self, please, for the collective? What other messages do you have for the collective, please? A lot of you have let your fears, doubts, insecurities, the ego dominate you and not let you move forward in a certain aspect of something. But this is when you're going to start to see like your mind open up to new beginnings, to new things happening, to new ways of changing things, to new ways of being. You're not going to let the ego dominate what you want to fulfill, what kind of accomplishments you want to have. And I feel like you're finally like, you know what, my dreams have waited long enough. My goals have been put on the back burner. It's now time for me to move forward and fight the ego. Let go of what it's telling me that I should or shouldn't do and all of the fear that it's given me, and move forward with confidence and courage, knowing that the angels got my side. Source God has been giving me the direction. And as long as I go in the direction that my discernment of spirit, my intuition, my premonitions, my telepathic communications that are coming in are telling me, then I will be all right. So just know that God is in control. This is spirit, the universe, the elements, source God, whatever it is that has some sort of hold or control over, I don't even know if that's the right words, help. They have help in what is changing in your life right now. One of the things that I do feel is like there's a big transformation. There's some sort of big change right now, and you're in the middle of going from one energy to another. This could be moving from a stale type of energy into a now let's move this along type of energy. For some of you, there's a pretty big change when it comes to a lot of different things in your life. For instance, one thing for me is, I have been waiting on the right amount of money to come to me, the right type of management to come, people that see me for who I am. And then all of a sudden there has been a lot of changes at work, and now our building is being sold to another management group, and we're getting a totally different new name. We're getting new management, all of these things. And even though my human wants me to fear and say, oh shit, go find another job, this isn't going to be for you, change is no fun, all of these things that my ego is telling me, my spirit is saying, but hold on. You've been asking for a positive change. Wait for that positive change to happen. And even if I get let go from this job, that's the positive change, because I know that the next job is going to be more money, and they're going to see me for the worth that I have. 1331. The value that I have. And I don't fear that. And even though the ego and the human self want to, I know that by having patience, faith, and hope, it'll all turn out for the better and for what is right for me and all involved. And I truly believe that, because that's what everything that happens in my life ends up being. It's better for me, or it's better for all involved. So I have faith that what is happening right now, the changes, the transformations, are all worth it and going to be beneficial. Let's talk about our spiritual life for a minute. What is Spirit trying to tell us right now? There is definitely this need for connecting with the earth, getting connected with the universal type of energies, connecting with the sun, moon, and stars, sun gazing, moon gazing, getting out and grounding in the earth for 20 minutes to half an hour as often as possible, daily if possible, is what they're saying. Some of you have been felt like you're wrapped up in the day-to-day life and the humanness way of being instead of your spiritual way. And again, we're being brought back to the beginning and what we need to do for our life, spiritual life, music, connection, frequency, being outdoors, grounding our energy, crystals, all of the above are things. Cleansing our energy is another big thing. But all of these things are things that have been kind of restricted from us for a while. Some of us, maybe it's because we just haven't felt like putting time and energy into meditation, prayer, intention, and our spiritual life, all of those things that are very supernatural that were happening. Maybe we're not doing the things to get those type of connections anymore. This is me. Not because I don't want to, not because I don't have time to. It's just Spirit has took me in another direction. I've been used in other areas, and I've had a break from those type of things, and now I am starting to get back to those things and have been for the past several weeks. However, many of you are being told this is what needs to be taking place for you. Some of you are star seeds. Many of you, if not all of you, are star seeds. You're people who had helped other planets to become more evolved, more awakened, so to speak, to get to know the truth of things, gaining in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And this is where some of you are in this place of learning where you helped, what planet you helped to awaken, what type of abilities and connections you had. Things that could have been awakened in those lifetimes are also being awakened in this time with you, which is bringing you on a lot of that supernatural magic. Connection with beings that you've never had connection with. Connection with beings that you didn't even know existed. Seeing things that you never knew existed. Feeling energies that you didn't know you could ever feel. Getting connected with your Kundalini energy and just being in awe because of all of the ways that you see things in truth and in understanding. And knowing that what we've always been taught, what we've always been told by the church, by our government, by our families and friends is not really the truth. Why do you know that? Because you've awakened to the magic of what is really happening and what is really true for us. That we are God and God is us. That the universe is inside and not outside of us. So there's a lot of magic that is happening all around you. A lot of truth bombs being revealed. And it is going to be time of celebration. This is a time of singing, dancing, celebration with others, putting yourself out there and showing that, you know, you are happy. You're worth celebrating because of the accomplishments that you're now accomplishing. You also have Gratitude Rampage, which is all about showing gratitude and having an attitude of gratitude for all of the blessings in your life, and being aware of all of the blessings in your life is something else that they are trying to refer to. I do believe that for many of us, this is a really good energy that we're in, even if we feel like we're not completely moving forward in a lot of areas. Just know that where there is a feeling of pause or where there's a feeling of being held back, it's because it's meant to be at that time. You're going to feel the energy break soon. If not, you may have already within the past few days, but the energy is going to lessen. It's not going to be as hard to handle. It's not going to be all over the place, as much push and pull, but you will start to see new timelines forming and old timelines crumbling around you. Programs, things that have programmed you to believe certain ways, like church programming, you know, the way that the church has told you that things are throughout the Bible. You're being asked to read the Bible yourself. Ask Spirit to reveal to you truth and understanding instead of lies. Not that 18:18, not that everything in the Bible is a lie, but the way that it has been read and been given to us, a lot of it is not truth. And, you know, we can't fault the people who has told us their truth or what they think to be true, because that's what was true for them at that time. However, more is being revealed. People are waking up more to the truth of what is really happening in the Bible and how we need to pay attention to it and how we can use it for the good. Just know that many of you are going to see a lot of truth happening right in front of you, showing you and turning your world upside down from what you used to know to what you now know, being completely different. And again, that is part of the magic that is being revealed to you. Let's get some popsicle sticks. I am clairvoyant. So some of you are seeing things just as they truly are, how they're meant to be. Some of you are very connected with premonitions and things that are going to happen, seeing future timelines, maybe even seeing past timelines and how to clear those out. Crown chakra, spiritual connection and transformation connects you to the divine, angels, and source God, your own divinity within. So some of you are connecting to the I am presence, starting to understand what that is. That's even some of the magic about what is happening right now with you awakening to more magic. Someone needs to hear that if you are having dreams of different alien type of races, what we would call alien races anyhow, they don't really like that, but it's because they're starting to connect with you. It may be other aspects of you. It may just be that your family has came back for you to help this planet to raise even more in frequency. So just know that it's definitely needed if that happens. Something is falling. Let me see what that is. Okay. So, third eye is definitely open and awakened. Some of you are getting some sort of clarity in a situation. Normally, when I get this stone, it means a lot different, but for whatever reason, it's coming out for third eye today. There is something worth celebrating. Some of you may need to go have a drink or celebrate something that is changing or happening. For others of you, this could be an indicator that something that is changing for you is maybe you don't need to drink. Maybe you have an addiction in drinking, and this is getting help in that area. I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. A lot of you are awakening more and more to Christ Consciousness. This is the ability to heal yourself and others, the ability to not be judgmental towards yourself and others. This is also living as Christ did, being able to connect with things as deeply as Christ did, and so on and so forth. There's the Ohio pin coming out, so some of you may be visiting Ohio soon, or maybe there's something with Ohio that you need to connect with. Either way, there's Ohio connection. Then we have the nail, which could be a few different things. Hard work needs to take place, or hard work has already taken place. This could also be dedicating yourself to some sort of purpose or what have you. Inhale confidence, exhale doubt. So not feeding into what the ego is telling you. Some of you are on a journey to finding yourself. Others of you, this could be 2202. This could be that you're getting ready to get married. Maybe a proposal is in the very near future. For some of you, this just means that a cycle has finished, and the cycle is going to be worthy of worthy to you, or it would be worth it to you, I guess I should say. And I'm just going to go ahead and get one more card. Feeling these. Joy is the ultimate creator. Okay, guys, I hope that you got something out of this reading. Much love to you. I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow. If this reading resonates with you, put some comments down in the comment letting me know how it resonates with you. 2255. Look those numbers up on Sacred Scribes. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.